second year. I mean, do you guys feel the rivalry between the Packers and Bears like fans do?
Yeah, I mean, I felt it my first year. You kind of get that just a little bit of sense of hatred, sense of urgency, coming into this week. And that's kind of just the culture of, the North. We see these guys twice a year, and we're not big fans of each other. So that message gets passed down pretty easily.
I know every year is a new year, but when you look back to last season too, and both of those games coming down to the wire, does that just sort of play into the mindset of this first meeting against them and just knowing how close both were last year?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, looking back, having those type of close games, we understand just the type of game that it's going to be as far as the physicality that it's going to be. And, just how urgent we need to be in our preparation, because I feel like everybody in this locker room felt like we should have been the more dominant figure, especially just in the North in general. In a lot of our games, and a lot of our games, come down to the wire in that type of sense, when we felt that, there's a lot of mistakes that we made where if we don't make those mistakes, it's a completely different game. I feel like, our locker room kind of understands the type of ball that we can play, and looking back last year, how, if we don't do the little details, don't pay attention to details, how things can get out of hand, pretty quickly. And I feel like everybody kind of understands that and knows that we need to, play our best ball at this time of the season.
From the outside looking in, it looked like Thursday's game might have been your best all-around game. You talk about starting to play the kind of ball you want. Do you feel like you're on that ascension for this final month?
Yeah, I like to think I'm trending in the right direction. That's our culture's focus, and I mean that's my focus, is to just try to get a little better each game, find the little things that maybe I didn't do so well the week before, and just make those a focal point when you're out there on the field. And I like to just bring them to mind when I'm in practice, trying to be intentional and make those reps count, because I mean those are the only reps you get before the game. So whatever little thing, whether that be beating blocks or playing lower, reading and run pass a little better. Just trying to be as intentional as I can in those reps has definitely helped me, trend in the right direction.
The team as a whole as well?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we're trying to play our best ball, and it's important, that we do so. And I feel like we're, getting a few guys back also from injury, which definitely helps. But I feel like, especially as a defense, just guys are getting more comfortable in their roles, the more reps that you get. And I feel like the whole team really just kind of has this next man up mentality. I mean, you see it at a bunch of different positions, people getting their first start and balling out. And so, I feel like the sense of urgency is definitely up there. And we all understand that, we got to play our best ball, and guys are buying in.
Evan, does the preparation change for a pretty mobile quarterback like Caleb Williams, while additionally having two really good running backs in Monungai and DeAndre Swift?
From last week, it definitely does. Sorry, that just makes me think about how Goff had the longest rush last week, which was kind of funny. But it definitely does. Changing from week to week, you got to understand that. Yes, plays aren't over. Once you cover the first concept, they're over when the quarterback's on the ground, and that can take a while sometimes. The guy that got there is really mobile, makes a lot of guys miss in the pocket, and is really good at extending plays. So it's just a mixture of understanding, stopping the run game and being physical in that aspect. And then, in the pass game, being well conditioned enough to, be able to stick with your man, especially in those long drives. Just, understanding the type of game it's going to be as far as, plastering to your man and getting sticky in coverage.
Evan, obviously playing the Bears already carries a lot of weight, but with them now moving into the top seed in the NFC and also being at the top of the North, how much just extra weight does that carry going into Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything. And I feel like our team knows that we control our destiny at this point. There's a lot that's to be said about, the Bears and how they're doing right now. And, they put together a hell of a season. But, at the end of the day, I feel like, we all understand if we, go out there, put our best foot forward and play our best ball, that we don't feel like there's a team in the league that can hang with us. So, it's definitely going to be a big game. There's, a little extra hype behind that in that sense. But, I feel like as a team, we all understand the type of game that it's going to be, the type of physicality that needs to be, put forward. And we're going to, do our best to try try to emulate that, and yeah, again, put our best foot forward.
Evan, Caleb, what sticks out to you when you look at him on tape this season as opposed to last season?
That's a good question. I would say he definitely feels more poised in the pocket. At least from my perspective, it feels like. With a lot of rookie quarterbacks, you can tell kind of they get a little frazzled once their first or second read isn't there, and try to make a play when they can kind of slow their mental processing down when they can. Just in those situations they kind of get sped up by a rush or something. But he seems a lot more poised as far as going through his progressions and understanding when he needs to break the pocket, and he can. But he's not just resorting to that, after his first read isn't there and kind of escaping like he did last year a little bit. He's become, and that's kind of the jump that you see from a lot of quarterbacks year one to year two, just kind of having that poise and being able to, read defenses. That's the challenge, and that's why, they're doing so good right now with him at the helm. So, we just got to be on our P's and Q's, be detailed in, our disguise and our coverage, and again, put our best foot forward. I'll say that one more time. Might as well.